Welcome to The Terrible Take, a daily segment telling Steeler Nation what's on our minds. I'm Melanie Friedlander. We all know the famous John Madden quote that states that when you have two quarterbacks, you have none. What Madden meant, of course, is that if there is no clear starter, then the team doesn't have a true QB1. And if you've listened to my terrible takes, you've probably heard me say this once or twice in the last 2 seasons. Regardless of how the national media tried to spin it and create drama and controversy, I never believed there was a true competition for the role of starting quarterback in Pittsburgh this year. Call it what you want. Russell Wilson had pole position, as Mike Tomlin described it. But those close to the team were fairly sure that the time that training camp opened, that it was Russell's job to lose in the event of an injury or a disastrous performance in practice in the preseason games. And yet, as the team approached their season opener against the Falcons, it wasn't so obvious anymore. Just days before the team would board a plane for Atlanta, Wilson experienced some calf tightness, presumably in the same leg that had slowed him down earlier in training camp. And suddenly, the question was whether a healthy Justin Fields was better as an option than a somewhat limited veteran with a Super Bowl ring. Fields and Wilson share some traits, some good and some frustrating. Chief among the frustrating is the tendency to hold on to the ball and take too many sacks. But Wilson, when healthy, gives the Steelers a better chance to win. At least that was true as of this past week. Now things are murky, and that makes the position very tricky for Tomlin. In my opinion, here's the one thing the Steelers can't afford: indecision going forward regarding who the starting quarterback is. It creates confusion and potentially division in the locker room. It makes the offensive lineman's job that much harder as they try to alternate between two quarterbacks and their different styles. And it gives the media a chance to push a disruptive narrative with no end in sight. The question of the starting quarterback in Pittsburgh became a disastrous joke last season. That can't happen again. Tomlin needs to pick a player and stick with him. And in the event of injury, make it clear that the backup is simply the next man up for now. Is there a quarterback competition in Pittsburgh? There shouldn't be at this point. Here's hoping that question gets answered sooner rather than later and the offense can get some stability and move forward. That's my take. You can follow me on Twitter @GirlSurgeon. Check out The Terrible Take every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Follow us on SteelersDepot.com and check out The Terrible Podcast with Dave Bryan and Alex Kozora every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.